Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Terraria. In this episode of Terraria, much like the last episode, I have more pre-recorded content that I am finally making videos on. Fun fact, the earliest recording on this video is the Flying Dutchman battle, recorded on 2/26/22. Just need to destroy this last pesky cannon and then this boss battle is over. I didn't show the pirate invasion as evidently when fighting the Flying Dutchman, there isn't much to see. In a fight that will finally actually require skill this time, I prepare to fight Duke Fishron. I remember playing Terraria when Duke Fishron was the final and most difficult boss in the game at the time, and Duke Fishron is one of my most favorite boss battles. Its drops are really awesome, and for me personally, there are no other wings that I would rather use over the Fishron wings. But I have to defeat the boss first. I will be using gravitation potions this time, as they are unspeakably helpful, so much that I, foolishly, tried doing this boss battle early hard mode, and had minor success using the gravitation potion. Got Duke Fishron to about half HP without killing any mechanical bosses yet. As for this fight, I will be using an Inferno Potion, another unspeakably helpful tool for the Duke Fishron fight, as it practically guarantees none of the homing bubbles hit the player. Not too much to be said about this fight, although another big brain strategy would be to either use the chain gun or the Venus Magnum. Chain gun would be better if I had it at the time. I could have gotten it, but fought Duke Fishron first. With proper use of the Rod of Discord and the Gravitation Potion, it is fairly easy to dodge all of Duke Fishron's attacks, until the third phase. So damage boosting ranged armor would have made this fight a lot quicker. Duke Fishron moves too quickly for the Terrorblade to reasonably hit. At least the old Terrorblade. I don't know how the new one would do, since I don't have it. Thanks, old recording. I briefly lose the loot, but once I find it, I prepare to head home and hello flying UFO of death. I like doing that jump cut. But the next event in this video is Martian Madness. Again, skipping the event and doing the boss fight as there isn't much to see in the actual invasion. Just standard alien slaughter, the usual. This boss fight is again another one I should have used more strategy in, especially because of Master Mode. But wasn't thinking about it due to tanky boy. At the start, the Martian saucer's attacks are significantly harder to dodge, so the flare-on and melee/defense armor works perfectly here. But once all of the Martian saucer's turrets are destroyed, its attack pattern is predictable and easier to dodge, so switching to a ranged build would have been more ideal as chlorophyte bullets would make it significantly easier to hit the fast-moving Martian saucer. The homing bubbles of the flare-on just couldn't keep up, but with a lot of struggling, I do eventually beat the Martian saucer and earn a UFO of my own. I next move on to the Frost Moon event, where, among other loot, I intend to obtain the very useful aforementioned chain gun. Something that I only just learned of when doing the Frost Moon in this recording is an item called the Warmth Potion, which provides a buff that reduces damage taken from certain cold sources. This is unspeakably useful for fighting the Ice Queen, as it would reduce damage of all of the Ice Queen's attacks. Note that with the updates, I don't know if this is the case anymore. It used to have an effect on the Ice Queen, but I don't know if it does anymore. Regardless, due to that and my Duke Fishron loot, this event is not too difficult. Although I favor the star rain caused by the tsunami shooting 5 holy arrows at a time. Those two items do a massive amount of damage.
are you running?
The final event of this video is a full 7-wave battle of the Old One's army. I skip until the bosses begin showing up, as this is definitely a slower event with not much to show until bosses come in. I use a combination of the Rainbow Gun, Nimbus Rod, Staff of the Frost Hydra, and Tempest Staff to have as many minions, sentries, and damage sources to help with this event. I prefer to use ballistas for this event. Soon enough, Betsy spawns and I begin that boss fight. Not too much to say on this boss fight. It is a really well designed boss fight and it was quite enjoyable. Due to the powerful wings and the UFO mount, it was easy to match height and move quick with Betsy, so I was able to do consistent damage with the flare-on. With Betsy defeated, the last thing I have for this video is to quickly show my biome key farms, as I have the special dungeon loot but never shown me getting it. I decided to dig mob farms, this was done before I had access to the Shroomite digging claw, for each biome key to make obtaining them easier. Also very productive enemy farms. That is all I have for this episode of Terraria. Thank you all so much for joining me on another episode of Terraria. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you all in my next video. So, if I will. See you there, I'll be waiting.